I'm not defensive about it.
Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another live stream and your daily Chelsea update. And guys, as always, there is plenty to dive into. I can imagine, never quite there at Chelsea. And here we are yet again. Big developments in the futures of Raheem Sterling and Ben Chilwell, both officially out of the Chelsea project. They are not in the Chelsea project. They won't be part of anything going forward. And that is that in terms of their futures at Chelsea. Now working on solutions to find new clubs for them in the last 10 days of the window. The pair are training away from the first team as well. And yeah, as I said, we've got to find new clubs for them. We've also got the latest on Ben Chilwell as well. Apparently, he's been offered to Man United. João Felix has been announced as a Chelsea player. Done his interview, pictures and all that. Conor Gallagher's completed his move to Atletico Madrid. And guys, I think my picture's not great, is it? Let me know on the stream, guys. What's the picture saying? I think the internet's gash. Let me switch to the hotspot, people. Let me switch to the hotspot. Is my picture gash? Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I've switched to the hotspot now, and we should be better. Are we better, guys? Is it better? Let me know if it's any better now. Now that I'm on the hotspot, what's it saying? What is the hotspot saying? Are we better or are we not better? Yeah, it looks like we're a bit clearer now. Are we a bit clearer, guys? Let me know. Should be clearer. Much better. Good. I don't know why this I don't know what it is with this London Wi-Fi business. Like sometimes shit, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. And so here we are. Anyway, yeah, Chilwell, Sterling, Felix announced. Maresca comments he's happy with the transfer business. Hasn't ruled anything out though in terms of further incomings. And also, Raheem Sterling's squad number has been taken away as well. Pedro Neto is now the official number 7 and João Felix will be the number 14. Sterling is no longer has his Chelsea squad number either. So pretty brutal turn of events today. Pretty brutal. No squad number for Raheem Sterling anymore. That has been taken away. Neto's the new number 7. Sterling is finito, done. No, you have to watch it on the Chelsea website, and it'll be $4.99 or whatever your currency is, wherever you are in the world. So yeah, there we go. Yep, Neto's number 7 indeed. Anyway, let's dive into it. So obviously, Raheem Sterling out of the Chelsea project, as is Ben Chilwell. Official confirmation today. Raheem Sterling and Ben Chilwell now officially out of Chelsea project as they're training apart from the first team. I just tried to be honest. I told Raheem he's going to struggle to get minutes with us. Chile, he's going to struggle here too. And it's subsequently been confirmed by David Ornstein that both Sterling and Chilwell are training away from the first team, and they are obviously working with the club to find solutions to their future. Now, interestingly, if a solution can't be reached, Maresca was asked about whether they would end up playing again if they stayed with the club, and he was kind of not, it wasn't really forthcoming in his answer. But it does remain to be seen what's going to happen there. Guys, I apologize for the sun on my face. I can't pull the curtain too because it's fucking fallen off the curtain rail. So yeah, apologies if it's looking a little, if I've got the sun on me slightly. Yeah, not having a good day at the moment on this one, are we? But yeah, apologies if it's so light behind me. It's because the fucking curtain's falling off the rail and I can't pull it across. Anyway, that's the latest on that. But Ornstein saying big news from David Ornstein on the Raheem Sterling situation is that he wants a permanent move away from the club. Raheem Sterling has expressed his preference to exit Chelsea on permanent basis as he's not part of the plans anymore. He trained away from the group on Tuesday and Wednesday after given days off while both sides assess options. Talks planned in the coming days to find a solution. Quite what that solution's going to be, I've got absolutely no idea. Ben Jacobs had reported that Sterling, if the project is presented to him is right, then he would be prepared to take a pay cut. Apparently, Aston Villa have been monitoring the situation, although it's unclear whether they could actually finance a deal even with a pay cut, whilst there's been no official approach from Juventus. So Ornstein saying that Sterling has expressed a preference to leave Chelsea on a permanent basis after it became clear that at present he is not part of the club's plans going forward. 29-year-old trained away from the club on Tuesday and Wednesday after being given a few days off while both parties consider options for a departure from Stamford Bridge. Talks are planned in the current days, with Chelsea working with the winger to find a full-time solution, which he would currently prefer that to a loan switch. Sterling was unhappy at being left out of Maresca's matchday squad for Chelsea's Premier League opener against City. And there we go. Maresca said, I'm not saying Raheem is not a good player, but I prefer different kinds of wingers. They are training apart added on Sterling and Chilwell. The situation with them both is quite clear. We have a big squad and it's impossible to give them all minutes. If they're looking for minutes, it's better for them to leave. I try to be honest. And do you know what, right? I know that might come across a bit harsh and that might seem a bit harsh, but ultimately, you know, I respect and admire the honesty of Maresca. You know, there's no beating around the bush. There's no sort of, you know, cloak and dagger answers. It's very much to the point. It's honest. It's straightforward. Whether people like it or not, you know, players are going to appreciate that honesty, whether it's good news for them or not good news for them. And it's just great that he's just honest about things. It's just great that he's honest about things. That's the most important thing. But what I would say is, though, I think obviously we know full well that that Chelsea have wanted to get Sterling's contract off the books for a long time now. We know full well they've wanted to get Sterling's contract off the books, but at the same time, it's taken a while to come to this decision, and ultimately, I think it's obvious what's happened here, because this change of heart is very different to what Maresca was saying in pre-season when he spoke about the importance of Raheem Sterling, and Sterling actually had an okay pre-season. And look, let's be real here. Maresca has been told Sterling's got to go because Felix is coming in. And anyone suggesting otherwise, that just isn't. It's just disingenuous, you know. As I said, Maresca was talking about the importance of Sterling in pre-season. He was very involved in the tour, and this is where we are now. But I'm not going to be fooled that this is Maresca being ruthless or whatever, because it's not him being ruthless. It's him being told what to do. You know, he's merely the mouthpiece of the club. We all know this. We all know he's the mouthpiece of the club. He knows what he was signing up for. They wanted a head coach that would just accept what they're given and would accept those decisions. But yeah, it's great that Maresca's honest, but this is about Maresca being the mouthpiece for Chelsea. This is not about Maresca making, you know, tough decisions and deciding that Sterling's not going to be part of the plans. This is him being told Sterling is not part of the plans. He's leaving because Joao Felix is arriving at the football club. That is what's happened here. You know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out that he's been told that Sterling is no longer part of the plans, and he needs to leave. Bro, this is not about Sterling not being a good. This is not. I'm not saying that he should be staying. What I'm saying is that he's been told that he's not part of that. He's been told that he's not going to have Raheem Sterling anymore. This is not an Enzo Maresca decision. You know, we know how this works. We know how this works, guys. Maresca has been told what is happening with Raheem Sterling. Even if he wanted to keep Sterling, he wouldn't have a choice in the matter. He wouldn't have a say in the matter, because he is simply like, I think it's not fair to call him a yes man, but he is there to work with what he's given and accept whatever decisions the club end up making. So whilst I'm not disappointed that Sterling is going to be leaving whatsoever, let's not pretend that Maresca is so ruthless. Isn't this great? It's not. He's just being told. He's just being the mouthpiece for the ownership. That's the reality of the situation. If anyone thinks different, that's fine, but it simply isn't the case, and you don't understand what is going on here. But look, it might seem harsh on Sterling, but this is the reality of the situation. We want his wages off the books, and this has been a long time coming. It might seem pretty harsh, though. Literally, as soon as this news come out, he's already lost his fucking shirt number. And yeah, looking for alternative solutions for him. Yeah, it is crazy. Is it the right thing to do? Is it fair? I don't know. That sort of treatment never sits well with me. Yeah, bro, I'm not saying that when have I once said that any of these players should be staying? I've never said that those players should be staying. What I'm saying is that people that are saying, are praising Maresca for being ruthless, as if this is his decision to oust Sterling. No, it's not. It's just he's just purely the club's mouthpiece for this situation. That's all I'm saying. I don't know why people are suddenly thinking that I'm saying that Sterling's good and he should be staying. I haven't once said that. Yes, big up, brother, big up. Hit the like button. We're on 47 likes, guys. Run it up, run it up, run it up. Nearly 200 people in the building. Let's keep running it up. No, I'd get rid of Sterling. I'm not saying it's the wrong thing to do. All I'm saying is this is not an Enzo Maresca decision. Like I'm seeing a lot of people saying, like praising Maresca for being ruthless, as if he's made this decision. He's not made this decision. The club have made the decision, and he's just the mouthpiece for the club and the decisions that they make. Yeah, brother, I'm fully aware. Well, then it's not. Well, then it's okay to say the sporting directors are ruthless. I don't even think it's the directors. I think it probably comes from Meg Barley. How can you take a manager seriously when he's being told what to do and say? But everyone knew this. He's not being told what to say, but the decisions are being made above his head. Like we all know that. Maresca knew what he was signing up for. Chelsea specifically wanted a head coach that would be happy to just work with what he's given and accept the decisions from above. That's the reality of it, And as much as people like to say Maresca's got an input in transfers, if he does have any input, it is absolute bare minimum input. Bare minimum input. And Sterling never. No, look, Sterling's not been good for Chelsea. He's not performed to the level of his contract. He was billed as a marquee signing in that first window of the new ownership, and he's not been good enough. Simple as that. He's on a ridiculous contract, which doesn't fall in line with the contracts that are being offered now. And there are other players that are better than him. That's the reality of the situation. Yeah, no one's saying it's the wrong decision. I don't think you'll find any Chelsea fans or many Chelsea fans that think it's the wrong decision to get rid of Raheem Sterling. It absolutely isn't the wrong decision at all. It's not the wrong. It's the right decision from both a financial perspective and it's the right decision from a playing perspective as well. That he should move on. But it's just not right to say that this is an Enzo Maresca decision, because Maresca was heavily involved in the pre-season tour, Sterling, and he was positively spoken about by Maresca about his importance. And then suddenly in a couple of weeks that's totally changed, and now you're not good enough for the football club. Come on, guys. No, I don't think he'll be another Potter. I don't think he'll be another Potter. But look, everyone knows, and whether people are in denial or not, everyone knows that managers that come to Chelsea are, in my opinion, and I think it's common consensus, and if people don't want to believe it, that's absolutely fine, and that's up to them, that this ownership wants someone who is going to accept what they're given, accept the players they're given, accept the decisions that are made, because it's very much their football club, and yeah, of course they've got a right to do that. They're the owners and whatnot, but let's not pretend that they are making decisions for the manager in regards to certainly in regards to Raheem Sterling. The Ben Chilwell one, I think, Maresca made that pretty clear in pre-season. Chilwell played 64 minutes in pre-season. That was kind of obvious. The Sterling one was less obvious. But yeah, look, I think I don't know why people are thinking this is a Maresca decision when it absolutely isn't. Yeah, two things can be true at once, but it's convenient how suddenly Sterling's gone from featuring quite prominently on the pre-season tour, right? Maresca speaking of his importance to the team, and what within the space of a couple of weeks, suddenly he's not good enough and he's completely surplus to requirements. What is it? A complete change of mind, is he? Come on, guys. Let's put 2 and 2 together and not get 10 here. Sterling should have gone a long time ago. Nonetheless, I don't believe all this clear late propaganda. Agree with you. It's not Enzo's decision. He's just I think he's a yes man, but there are certain decisions that are taken, and he won't have a say in them, and that's what he signed up to as the Chelsea gaffer. That is what he signed up to. There's no surprises here in what he's in what he signed up for. And look, you could look at it as disrespect. I don't know what to call it. It is harsh, but there's no doubts about it. It's pretty brutal. But ultimately, I mean, what else are you guys? There's so much coming in. I can't read all of this. What else are you supposed to do? No, I don't think so, because even with Neto here, there was still space for Sterling in the squad, regardless of whether Neto was here or not. It's the arrival of Felix that has suddenly accelerated this. No, I think no. The Mason Mount thing was very, very different to this. There's nothing. There's nothing. Similar at all with Raheem Sterling and the Mason Mount situation. What happens if no one wants Sterling, Chalobah, or Chilwell? That's a very good question. A very good question. If we're unable to offload these players, I don't know what's going to happen in that situation. That could be very problematic. I really don't know what the answer to that's going to be, because you can't have those three just training away from the first team squad for the whole season, or until January, when there's a next opportunity to leave the football club. Yeah, it's a strange one. It's a strange one, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. Chelsea are just going to have to hope that situation doesn't occur, and they've got to do whatever they can. They've got to do whatever they can to move these guys on and find a suitable. Find a suitable solution, because we cannot go into the end. We can't go to the end of the window with these players on the book still. Because how embarrassing is that? How we've made it so publicly clear that these guys aren't wanted, and then suddenly we get to the end of the window, and then they're all and they're still here. Then what do? You're in a situation where you've got 3 high earners at the football club, maybe not Chalobah so much, but you've got high earners at the football club who are surplus to requirements. You've publicly made that clear, and then they're all still here. So then what do you do about that? I don't know is the honest answer, but I'm backing the club to find a solution to this, to get it all sorted out, and hopefully we won't be in that situation. I don't want to think about that. If they are still here 1st of September, then we'll see how to reinstate them in the club. Bro, you can't reinstate them when you've made it so publicly clear that they aren't part of the plans. Like that's a ridiculous scenario to be in. Absolutely ridiculous scenario to be in. They better hope they can sell them, because the problems they will cause will completely derail us. No, I don't think the players themselves will cause issues, but yeah, it will be a massive problem. It'll be a massive problem for the club. No two ways about it. It will be a huge problem for the club. And look, I agree with this. Like, obviously, I don't think Chilwell and Sterling are good enough. But ultimately, this is what it boils down to, guys. If these guys weren't on big wages, I think it would be a very different situation. If they were to if they're on like 120 grand a week, then that would be very, very different, and we wouldn't be in this situation. So whilst look, Sterling and Chilwell don't really fit what we're looking to do, there's a realization that, as well as from a playing standpoint, this is very what was I going to say? It makes sense from financial and a playing standpoint as well. So yeah, it's clear though that it's financially driven as well. There's no denying that. Absolutely no denying that it is a financially driven decision, people. That's what it is at the end of the day. But here we are. We have to see what's going to happen with Raheem Sterling. There's I mean, you've had some journalists coming out with some sort of nonsense, and for a club that supposedly no one cares about, people don't half mind talking about us, do they? They don't half mind talking about us. But Henry Winter, I like him as a journalist. He does a lot of great stuff. I thought this was ridiculous from him. I thought this was absolutely ridiculous from him. I thought it was very, 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 very strange. Thought it was very strange from him. Plenty right about Chelsea, and they have some good players, but the club's handling of Raheem Sterling's exit is unnecessarily messy. He doesn't fit into their age and wage model, and he didn't play well last season, but he doesn't deserve this callous, disrespectful treatment. Keeping Mudryk and trying to force out Sterling doesn't suggest it's a football technical decision, almost one for the PFA to intervene over. It's like, brother, hang on a second. What do you mean it's one for the PFA to intervene over? What are you talking about? The media moan about Chelsea's squad size, and then they moan when we're doing something about it. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. But it's true though, because this bit backs up what I was saying earlier. 1 minute Sterling is warmly praised by Maresca, then the next minute he's out in the cold. But at the end of the day, we've now left ourselves with a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do in the remainder of the window. We've left ourselves a lot of work to do. We've got about 10 days now to find solutions for Sterling and Chilwell. So, you know, if it ends up being a loan deal, which hopefully we don't want, then obviously we're going to end up covering a large portion of his wages, aren't we? That's just the way it is. We're going to end up covering a large portion of the wages, which is not what we want, guys. Like, it simply isn't what we want. Guys, 181 in the building. Keep smashing that like button. It's free. It takes seconds to do. And we are 20 likes away from 100 likes. So make sure we are hitting that like button, guys, and let's get it as close to 100. Let's get it to 100 likes as quickly as possible, people. Almost 200 in the building. We are very, very close to hitting that 100 likes mark. And guys, if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. We are heading towards 11.3k. Every new subscriber helps. So if you are new around here, please hit that subscribe button, join the channel, and help me race towards that 11.3k. No, Lukaku's not gone yet. No, we're still waiting to offload him. But so yeah, no, Lukaku has not left the building as of yet. He has not left the building. We need to cut down the squad size and get a striker in. Yeah, we do. TT was the only one who could give Pep run for his money. We don't see this anymore. Pep knows we are finished. Well, I don't know about that. Charlie, what you're saying, do you like this project and do you think it will be successful? I'm not a huge fan of the project, to be perfectly honest, because I think you need to have some experienced and proven players in the team. But I do think it can be successful. I do think it can be. But it's going to take a number of years to see whether it will be a success or not at the end of the day. City don't get things wrong very often. They don't get things wrong very often when it comes to selling players or signing them. Broja will be obligation to buy for around £30 million if Ipswich stay up. 14 for Felix, 7 for Neto. 14 was Chalobah's number. So yeah, Chalobah's squad number. Chalobah's squad number has gone as well then. That has been given to Joao Felix. That has been given to Joao Felix. Squad number, Chalobah's squad number has also gone. This is not a product simply done, trying to buy and sell players for profit. Let's wait and see. Is Lukaku down as a swap deal for Osimhen? No, they're seen as two separate transactions. So no, Lukaku is not down as a swap deal for Osimhen, guys. Not down for a swap deal. So let's wait and see on that front, guys. But look, am I going to get a Neto 7 shirt? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. No, don't know anything about them other than they're from Switzerland. Couldn't name you a single player that plays for them. No, look, let's be honest. Like, long term, I think it potentially does. But right now, it's right now it's not looking great. It's not looking great right now. But there are things to be positive about on the pitch. We've got quality, and it's just about putting it all together now. Yeah, I think that's where you can make an accurate assessment is after 10 games. Let's see kind of where we're at after sort of 5 to 10 Premier League games. I don't think we can really make any accurate assessments at this point in time from where we're at the moment. But yeah, I just think it's ridiculous for journalists are suggesting that the PFA should get involved for Chelsea's treatment of Sterling. it's madness. It is mad. I don't know what he's going on about there. I literally got no idea what he is going on about there. But look, the treatment of Sterling, it might seem harsh, but this is where we're at as a football club right now. I don't really know what more we can. I don't know what more we can say about it. Other than we just got to hope that these decisions don't come back to bite us in the arse. So yeah, we'll have to see, guys. We will have to see what goes on here. I don't know where Sterling's going to go. Yeah, the team has got a lot of talking point, a lot of quality. Don't like no one can suggest that this Chelsea side has not got quality in it, because it absolutely does. It absolutely has got quality in it, and there's more than enough of it to finish in the top 4 next season. But the big question is, can we keep players fit, and can we find that level of consistency that we that we're looking for? I never agreed they should get rid of them. I never agreed that they should get rid of Gallagher. Gallagher was sold for financial reasons as well, not wages, but because he's pure profit on the books, and it was just a convenient excuse that he didn't fit the system for them to get rid of him. But yeah, in regards to Ben Chilwell, there's been reports from TalkSport suggesting that he's been offered to Man United. Now, I don't know how true that is, but it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? It does kind of make sense from a Chilwell perspective. What a move to United. It sort of makes sense in a strange sort of way. You could kind of see him there, because I don't know what other sort of top Premier League clubs would be making a move for Ben Chilwell. I mean, guys, what do we reckon? Who else would even be making a move for Chile? That's the thing, isn't it? Who's going to be making a move for Chilwell in this window? I cannot see there being a particularly big market for him, guys. I really don't see that. I mean, what are your thoughts, people? Do you think there's a decent market for Chilwell? Because I certainly don't. I certainly don't see there being a decent market for Chilwell at all. United could do with him, because Luke Shaw's constantly injured and Tyrell Malacia doesn't seem to be an actual person. He's been out for God knows how long. But yeah, it's a strange one. It really is a strange one. But yeah, according to TalkSport, they've been offered the chance to sign him. And do you know, it's a real shame with Chilwell, because he's a top quality player. When he's fully fit, if he's playing in a back 3 system, whatever, people need to realize that Chilwell, like, when he's fully fit, and if he's playing in a sort of in a back 3, he is a very, very good footballer. There's no denying that whatsoever. He is a very, very good footballer. And he offers a lot. People forget how good he was for us in under Thomas Tuchel, particularly when we won the Champions League and whatnot. He's made a big contribution to that. Injuries have taken their toll on him, and he simply doesn't suit the system. Maresca doesn't believe that he can perform the inverted role which he likes the fullbacks to be able to do, and it feels like it feels like a natural parting of ways for Chelsea and Ben Chilwell. But yeah, I think that was the killer. That was the killer. But I as I said, what's the market for Chilwell? If we're talking Premier League clubs, right? You know, and a Premier League team that he might want to go to, then we are kind of scraping the barrel a little bit in terms of where he might go. Like where? Not going to City, not going to Arsenal, not going to Liverpool, not going to Aston Villa, not going to Spurs. I don't think he's not going to Newcastle. You know, so where is he going in the Premier League? To be honest, I think that Man United is probably the best club he could get in the Premier League. That'll be the biggest team that Chile will be able to get in the Premier League. I don't see him being able to get any bigger club than that. You know, that just isn't going to happen. The next thing as well is, what sort of a price are Chelsea going to look for Ben Chilwell? What kind of price are we talking? Guys, we're 2 likes away now from 100 likes. Please keep smashing that like button. It's free. It takes seconds to do so. So please run it up. Let's get this over 100 likes, guys. I would really, really appreciate it. So please run it up, guys. Plenty of people in the building to get to the number of likes required. So let's do it, guys. Let's do it. No, I don't see him going to either of those clubs. I don't see him going to either of those clubs at all. Really, really don't see that happening. Really don't see it happening. What else is going on here? But whatever happens, the last 10 days of the last 10 days is going to be hectic. It's going to be absolutely hectic. The last 10 days at the football club. Last 10 days of the window. Sorry. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect, to be perfectly honest. But now that the decision has been taken, maybe Chile goes to Serie A. Can't see it. So how's the loan list looking? Who's confirmed? I only know Leslie and Santos got their moves. Quite a few have gone on loan, like some of the lesser players. We aren't getting a dime for either Chilwell or Sterling. Best we can hope for is loaning them with subsidised wages. No, I don't know. I'm not sure. I think we could get something for these players. I don't see why we can't. Chilwell will have Premier League clubs interested in him, but it's whether they're of a level that he feels he would want to go to. I don't know what sort of level that he kind of rates himself at. That's going to be an interesting one. I don't know what sort of level he rates himself at. Whether he'd be someone that would go and play abroad. I don't know kind of what sort of character he is. So there is value in these players. Teams will pay transfer fees for Chilwell, for Sterling. I just don't know how much it's going to be. I see Chilwell back to Leicester with obligation if they stay up. No, I don't think that's the only Premier League club he can go to. Bookmakers' favourites: Sterling, Juventus, Aston Villa, Arsenal; Chilwell, United, West Ham, Brentford. The only one I could see Sterling maybe going into Villa if they fancied it, if they could maybe get a deal done. But yeah, I just don't see it. No, they will take a pay cut. You know, they're not going to want to stay at Chelsea and not play. They will take a pay cut to leave. You know, Ben Jacobs has reported that Raheem Sterling is prepared to take a pay cut if the project presented to him is the right one. These guys aren't idiots. You know, they know that they want to play football. So if that means taking a pay cut to go and play regularly, then that's exactly what they will do. This idea that they won't take a pay cut is simply not true, guys. Simply not true, in my opinion. They absolutely will take a pay cut, because ultimately these guys want to play football, and if that's what it takes to play football, then they'll do it. Then they'll absolutely do it. Very, very, very simple, really. Very, very simple on that front. You know, Chilwell to Napoli. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know on that one. I don't think so. Yeah, I think this is exactly what's going to happen. We're going to end up accepting transfer fees that probably aren't market value, that are probably very much on the lower side of things, in order to move these guys on. That's the reality of the situation, guys, and not getting about not getting a decent transfer fee for them. I think we can. I think we can, and I think we will. Yep. They're not giving up that money. You're speaking as if they're giving up all that money. You know, they might have to half the wages. That's still a lot of money. You know, and I tell you what, they'd rather play football than sit on the bench and do nothing. That's absolutely clear. It's not like Sterling would take a pay cut from 300 grand a week down to nothing. That isn't the case. I can smell a Tony to Chelsea this week. I don't think so, brother. I don't think so. Well, we need to. We simply have to get a striker. That's the reality of the situation. We must. We must get rid of them. You know, we must get rid of them, and we must simply get deals done. Must get deals done for these players. So let's wait and see. But yeah, it's concerning. Well, Maresca's press conference, yeah, great. You know, straight talking, straight to the point, honest, transparent. Yeah, I think a lot of people at the club, you know, could certainly learn a thing or two about being honest and transparent when it comes to things. So yeah, no, brilliant press conference from him. Let's hope we can get the win tomorrow. You know, he's direct, knows what he wants, isn't worried about shaking it up with big personalities, and I can't wait for the media narrative come the end of this transfer window. Looking forward to what they're going to moan about next with us. Looking forward to what these lot are going to moan about next with us, because they've always got something to say. Always got something to say. Very, very rarely anything positive. Always something negative. So let's see what happens coming the end of the transfer window on that one. Is Gyökeres, Charlie? I heard they bought another striker. No, Gyökeres not leaving, I don't think. Yep. I was going to cover this as well. There is interest from Newcastle in Axel Disasi. I don't know. I think someone would. I think 150k, I think, is probably fair value for Sterling at this stage of his career. So, yeah, I think you'll find clubs will. We're not going to sign any more goalkeepers, but yeah, look, I would expect news on outgoings to pick up again this week. You know, things are now starting to accelerate. which is great. That's exactly what we're looking for. Things to start accelerating. We're getting rid of Disasi next. Potential. I'm not sure. Why is nobody talking about Benzema? Well, because he's about 38 and he's playing in Saudi Arabia. I don't think he's leaving. Yeah. I'll be at the bridge tomorrow night. He learnt his lines well for the structured press conference. Do you think Chelsea? We don't need one. We've got Cucurella and we've got Renato Vega who can play there. Plus, Malo Gusto has proven that if he needs to, he can also do a job on that left-hand side. So no, there isn't actually. There's no need for a Chilwell replacement. No need. But yeah, the Sassy one's an interesting one, actually, guys. I'd forgotten about that. Let's discuss it because they are like Newcastle have expressed an interest in Axel Disasi. Obviously, we know that they are looking to sign. They're looking to sign Mark Gurhey, but they are. But they're also exploring alternatives, of which Axel Disasi is one of them. Is one of them. And it's been reported. It was reported by Ornstein, reported by Sky. I don't know what Chelsea would do if an offer came in for Disasi. So Newcastle have opened talks with Bayer Leverkusen over Edmund Tapsoba. Newcastle have also inquired to Chelsea over Axel Disasi and Paul Mitchell, who's obviously was a sporting director at Monaco, now sporting director at Newcastle, knows Disasi from his time at Monaco. Both players would cost less than Mark Gurhey, obviously. I think this is a really interesting proposition, in regards to Disasi. I don't think any of us thought that come this window that Disasi would be a name of if an offer came in for him, I'd be interested to see what the stance would be. I don't know what the valuation's going to be for him. How much did we pay for him? Around £35 million was it last summer from Monaco? I think Chelsea would be hoping that they maybe be able to get more, given he did have a pretty good season last season. He played 44 times under Pochettino, and he showed some qualities. Obviously, he had surgery on a small hernia problem over the summer, which meant that he would miss the whole of pre-season. He's been named in the squad for the game tomorrow. Whether he plays or not remains to be seen, but he has been named in the squad for the Servette game. Let's see if he gets his first minutes there. But it would appear that he doesn't really suit what Enzo Maresca is looking for what Enzo Maresca is looking for in a centre back. But would Disasi accept a move to Newcastle? I really don't know. I really don't know, because he seems reasonably happy at Chelsea. There's a strong French contingent there. I think it's clear that Disasi's not going to be first choice at Chelsea. He's going to be a squad player. There probably will be enough games to go around for him to get some sort of minutes that might satisfy him. But I do think there's a situation where actually Disasi is not going to play very much, in my opinion. There might be some minutes for him, but I don't look at him as being maybe a very big part of the plans at all. And actually, there were reports today saying that Chelsea haven't, Chelsea could still move for another centre back, which is kind of mad, really, when you think about it. Kind of mad. You wouldn't really expect us to be moving for another centre back. I wouldn't necessarily have an issue with Disasi moving on, but the club want to move Chalobah on, and I don't see how they would move both of these guys on. I don't see it. I really don't see it at all. But I could be totally wrong on that. I could be totally wrong on that. Yeah, this is it here. Let's bring this up now and dive into this report. I don't know what centre back Chelsea would even get. To be perfectly honest, I don't know what centre back they'd get. I've not said that, unless that's a response to someone's comment. I definitely didn't say that. What else is there? Nah, bro, he's not making this. I'm not saying he doesn't make decisions. He does. He hasn't made this decision. Let's not. Joe Gomez rumors have been shut down. Not the case. Joe Gomez rumors have been shut down. That's not true. But yeah, let's get this. Let's have a quick look here. Disasi fit for a West. I think he'd be good for West Ham. There'd definitely be European suitors for him. I even think a move to Newcastle would be a good move for him. It really would be a good move for him. I don't see why that wouldn't be a good move for him. It absolutely would be. What else are we looking at here? No, Felix is not playing tomorrow. Outside chance he might be in the squad for Wolves. I think it's far more likely maybe he makes his debut next Thursday in the second leg, or against Crystal Palace in the next Premier. On the 1st of September. On Sterling, truth is, as much as Maresca was told he is not in the plans, he also assessed Sterling and seen that he's not good enough. No, bro, it's not, because he spoke about how important he was to the team in pre-season. You know, we all know what's going on here, but people can believe what they want to believe. But let's dive into this article, because it's an interesting one, isn't it? Interesting, because I don't think Chelsea were really anticipating offers for. I don't think Chelsea were anticipating offers for him. But we'll have to wait and see, like, what offers might come in. I think Newcastle will probably have alternative targets. No, but Sterling, if the project's right, Sterling will take a pay cut. Sterling will absolutely take a pay cut if the project is right for him. You know, that like, he knows he's not going to get that money. He knows he's not going to get that money anywhere else. So he would take a pay cut. Let me just see what this article's saying in regards to the likes of Disasi and Chukwuemeka. Unclear, though both have been named in the squad for Thursday's tie. I'm glad that they're in the. I'm glad these guys are in the squad, but it's going to be interesting whether they end up, whether they end up staying or not. That's going to be the interesting point here. Is that, will they feature tomorrow? I don't know. The fact that they're in the squad means that maybe they are part of the plans, or at least part of the plans to a certain degree, because it could have been very easy just to leave them out of the squad. So clearly, in some way, they are still part of the plans. I don't really know in what way, but they are somehow still part of the plans, it would seem. And I would love to see Chukwuemeka play tomorrow. he's not featured since the second game of pre-season. I don't really know why that is, but there's no reason why he can't at least be on the bench tomorrow and get some minutes. I would try and go in this game for me. I would try and go kind of as strong as possible, just based on the fact that get the job done in the first leg and then make the rotations in that second leg. That's what I would do. Let's wait and see what Maresca ends up doing. Guys, 126 likes. Let's get this up to 150 likes. Come on, people. Keep smashing that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. And yeah, please help me get to 11.3k. Road to 12,000 subscribers. Let's get there, guys. You know, it's the growth has slowed down a little bit. Please keep hitting that subscribe button if you're new. I would really, really appreciate it. And yeah, let's help the channel grow. We're all in this together, guys. We're all in this together. So yeah, smash up those likes and subscribe to the new and subscribe to the channel as well. That's what we're looking for. That is what we are looking for. So please do that. This should be at least 150 likes. Now, Sterling was very good at Liverpool. Sterling was very good at Liverpool. He was good at Liverpool. He was good at City. But yeah, obviously at Chelsea, it's gone to shit. Look, I think Chukwuemeka is obvious. You know, Chelsea would accept a loan, but there needs to be an obligation. I think Chelsea are open to selling Chukwuemeka. That much is perfectly clear. In my view, they are absolutely open to selling him. I don't think there's any doubt about it. They are 100% open to it. But I don't know what sort of offers will I don't know what offers are going to come in for him. No idea what offers will come in. I'm sure some offers might come in, but whether Chelsea accept them or not remains to be seen. Obviously, Chukwuemeka does have a £40 million release clause in his contract, so I don't know if anyone's going to get anywhere near that. But we just need to wait and see, guys. Like, there's a lot of unknowns here. A lot of unknowns here. You know, that's no. I can try and reach out and see if he'd be up for coming on. You know, I don't know how likely that's going to be, but can certainly reach out. Let's not play Enzo tomorrow. We win then. I don't think it's as simple as that. If Chelsea failed to win tomorrow, I bet you Chelsea would invite more pressure on the coach. No, I don't think so. There's always pressure on Chelsea, regardless of the manager, regardless of the situation the team is in. There's always pressure on the manager. That's just the way it is, guys. That's just the way it is. Appreciate Maresca's. Oh, where are we? Why does StreamYard do this? Appreciate Maresca's bullish honesty, but he said Sterling's technical decision. How is that this different to Mudryk based on performances? It's not a technical decision. It's a decision that was taken out of his, taken beyond him, and he just has to accept it. Whether he wanted Sterling or didn't want him, the decision's been taken above him. That's what's happened. Yeah, we can out easily. Let me know. Oh fuck yeah. Yeah. I can sort that. What's your score prediction for tomorrow? Yeah, I'll do a show before I go to the ground. I'll probably go live at about same time, 4 p.m. Before before heading down to the ground. Yeah, 4 p.m. I think I'll do a show. Same time as today, before then heading down to the ground for the big game. For the big one. Do I think Felix plays? I think he'll play. I think he'll play off the striker. I think he'll play wide on sometimes. I think he might even play from the middle sometimes. Could even play as an attacking number 8 at times. There's many options. Many options. You know, he's one of those players that is kind of quite versatile across the front line. So let's wait and see where he ends up playing. Let's wait and see where he ends up playing. I don't know where he's going to end up playing, but you know, I suspect he'll feature in a number of positions across the front line. That's what's going to happen here. That's exactly what's going to happen here. So no club or coach is willing to let an important player or star player leave. Yeah, they are. They are. You know, Chelsea are letting Sterling leave because he's on way too much money, and because he's been shit, but mainly because of the money. No update on Madueke. I suspect he'll play tomorrow. But yeah, no, there's no update on him. I think things are kind of, yeah, I think he's a part of the plans. I'm not sensing otherwise. Oh yeah, of course it will. You know, it's always you know, it's always a fucking meltdown. Meltdown amongst the Chelsea fans. Always. About all sorts. But yeah, look, obviously not winning tomorrow will be yeah, it wouldn't be great at all. It wouldn't be great at all if we weren't to win tomorrow. That would be an issue. Would be an issue. Do you think Sterling and Maresca fell out while at City? No, I don't think so. I don't think they were there. When Sterling was there, Maresca would have been working with the 21s or whatever. So no, I don't think that's the case at all. Look, I think Cole's a very good player. You know, he's still very young, 21 years of age. Time to develop. Will make mistakes and stuff. But yeah, no, there's a very good player in there. Look, I don't think they'll both leave. But if one of them leaves, maybe they will. But there's not been any links with any centre backs, so I'm struggling to see, with such little time left in the window now, that that's going to change, unless they're working on something silently behind the scenes and they're just waiting for an outgoing before moving forwards. I don't know. But yeah, we've also got some news from Fabrizio, guys, in terms of Romelu Lukaku. It looks like we might be getting a little bit closer. Looks like things could be advancing. Let's bring this up now. Oh, maybe he's deleted that. There was definitely an update. There was definitely an update. Let me try and find it. But yeah, apparently it's getting closer. Apparently it is getting closer. Chelsea and Napoli for Romelu Lukaku. No swap deal with Osimhen. It will be separate transactions. But yeah, we're just waiting for that deal to go through. I could have sworn there was an update on it. Maybe that's not the case. Yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Oh, he reposted it. Oh, I see. I see. So that should just be at the top then. Let's see. Oh, he reposted it. So I mean, it must mean they're getting a bit closer. Must mean they're getting. Oh yeah, here we go. I found it. Romelu Lukaku deal expected to happen as Napoli are advancing in talks with Chelsea. Napoli director will meet with Chelsea in London in the next 24 hours to proceed and try to find final solution. All parties involved expect Lukaku to become new Napoli player in the next days. Finally, it looks like we might be reaching some sort of conclusion to this ridiculous saga. Because it's been outrageous, hasn't it? It's taken so long to get where we want to with this one. And look, Napoli just need to improve their offer. It was a derisory offer. If they can take that offer up to £30 million, then I would just accept that and get it done. If you can get it to 30 million, accept it, get it done, and then we move from there. Well, Osimhen for us is only going to be a loan with an obligation. Chelsea are not going to sign Victor Osimhen outright this summer. They will. The only way it will happen is a loan with an obligation. That's it. It's not going to happen anywhere else. Not going to happen anywhere else. So that's where that is where we're at right now. Again, more meetings. These guys must be sick of each other. Meetings. They must be fed up of the sight of each other. Guys, we're 16 likes away. Please keep smashing that like button. It's free. It takes seconds to do. Run it up. 16 more likes, guys. Keep smashing that like button. We're 131 in the building. Let's get this to 150 likes before the end of the show. So please keep smashing that like button. Please keep hitting the subscribe button as well, guys. If you're new around here and you're locked in, please hit the subscribe button before we round the show out. Please do run it up, guys. I'd really appreciate it. Would really appreciate it. So let's do it. But he's not gone yet. Hopefully, maybe this week or over the weekend, we will come to some sort of satisfactory conclusion. That is what we are. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. But whether I don't know how much more they're going to do. I mean, I don't want Durant. No, I don't think Durant. The ruthless is encouraging Sterling Garrett's headaches all season. Look, I think. No, look. If Chelsea end up doing a loan for Lukaku, it will be with an obligation. It will be with a permanency to it, like similar to what it was like with Lewis Hall. Chelsea will not loan out Lukaku with no obligation. There's no way they wouldn't be. They wouldn't be that stupid. Chelsea will absolutely not loan out Lukaku with no obligation. No chance whatsoever. No chance whatsoever. They will 100% loan out Lukaku only with an obligation. And you know what? That's what the deal might end up being, with an obligation to buy. Mate, I hope we're getting a striker in, but I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. I'd like to hope we are, but there's legitimately no guarantees that we do. No guarantees that we end up bringing a striker in. So I'm not really sure what the answer is here. I think we could. I don't know. I think we could be not in trouble, but it almost feels like it's Osimhen or no one, unless they've got someone unless they've got some sort of random no name lined up. But I don't know. Bro, everyone's taken Isak, but it's never happening. It's never happening. Well, look, I think like any loan for Osimhen will be like quite easy for it to become an obligation, because Napoli won't want him back. No, bro, Sterling is a wages decision. It's a wages decision. Look, he's not done particularly well for Chelsea, but it's 100% wages decision. He's not performed to the level of that contract, and they want that contract off the books. You know, if Sterling was on like 120 grand a week, then, you know, he's probably still here. Nah, I don't see that happening at all. What about Tony? I think he could be going to Saudi, which would be a shame. Although I don't know for certain. But yeah, you would think though, with this Saudi stuff and Tony maybe edging closer, that you would have a situation where, you know, Chelsea would be thinking, hang on a second, if he's getting close to Saudi, then we need to get a fucking move on. Then we need to get a move on, you know, if they're going to step in and do it, because the clock's ticking. You know, that deal's there to be done. That deal is there to be done. And it's, you know, it doesn't look like Chelsea are interested. Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah, agreed. It will be a combination of both, but, you know, it's mainly the finances in my view. Bro, we're not going to be trying for Isak. Absolutely not. Tony, there's an outside chance we could. There's an outside chance we could maybe go for Ivan Tony, but I don't know. I don't know for certain. But there's absolutely an outside chance, sure, but yeah, there's no way of Isak. Absolutely no way. No, look, like we need to get 30 million for Lukaku, or get as close to that exit clause as we possibly can. We need to get as close to the exit clause as possible. Yep, you heard it here first. That is exactly the deal that's going to happen, guys. Exactly the deal that's going to happen. You've heard it here first, people. I have nightmares about Højlund coming. No, Højlund's not coming. There doesn't appear to be evidence to show that these owners will even make the right decision on a striker. All we can do is hope, brother. Nah, Nunes is a big part of the Liverpool plans. I don't see it. Bro, we're not going to swap Noni for Tony. Like these things won't happen. These things aren't happening. Big chance they want Felix backing up 3 or 4 positions, including 9. Yeah, I think they see Felix as someone that can provide cover in sort of 3 or 4 positions. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree on that front. Yeah. That's what I'm that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, I know, bro. It's kind of mad, isn't it? Kind of mad. Nope, haven't watched the Mikel video today. Nah, Rodrigo Muniz is not cutting it. Yeah, bro, this always makes me laugh. Like, people just like, I'll just swap this for that. It's like, swap deals barely ever happen in football, and there's a reason for that. There's a reason why these kinds of deals don't happen. Guys, we're 6 likes away from 150. Keep running it up. We are almost there. 127 in the building still. Keep smashing that like button. It's free, and it takes seconds to do so. So make sure you are doing it. Run it up, guys. 5 away. 5 away now. Nah, bro, we're not getting in Buemo. We need someone that's a proven goal scorer. We need a proven goal scorer. You know, simple as that. That's all I want. Just get me a proven goal scorer. You know, there's one out there in Victor Osimhen, which it seems like we're the only people in the race for him. So let's try and get that done. Let's try and get that done. You know, that would be ideal, wouldn't it? Would be absolutely ideal. When is the transfer deadline? Window will close on August 30th at 11 p.m. August 30th, guys, 11 p.m. window closes. So we've got 9 days. 9 days, 9 full days. 9 full days to sort of, yeah, to sort our shit out. Yeah, of course, absolutely. Yeah, bro, of course Winstanley loves the club. He's employed by them, and of course he wants them to succeed because that's his job. You know, these comments shouldn't be in any way, shape, or form surprising at all. But the deadline's August 30th. August 30th, 11 p.m. Interesting. We shall see on that one. We shall see on that one. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. I've got absolutely no idea what we're going to do on that front at all, guys. I don't know. Really unsure, people. Really unsure. But what do you lot think? What do you lot think? Anyway, no, Mark, no, none of this Martial nonsense. Nah, bro, I don't think Ramsdale's as good as what people make out. He's a half decent keeper. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's as good as what many people make him out to be. He absolutely isn't. What else is going on here, guys? Keep subscribing if you're new as well, please. If there's anyone that's not subscribed and they're tuning in now, please hit the subscribe button. And let me know in the chat if you are a new subscriber. You know, it's a great community to be part of. So please do let me know if you are a new subscriber in the chat. Bro, there's probably many of us in the chat are better than Sanchez. Yeah, no, look, again, I'm not saying that we won't do any deadline day business. You know, there's a chance that we absolutely could do some deadline day business. But let me see if there's any other news doing the rounds at the moment. I don't think there is. I don't think there is. I don't know. Let's have a look. I don't think there is any. I don't know is the answer to that. I'm really not sure. Really not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I don't even know what sort of centre back we'd be looking to go for. We'd be going for a starting level centre back or what? I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the answer to that. We're not going to get someone like a Bastoni. That's not going to happen at this late stage of the window. So that simply isn't going to be the case. Mitrovic, Al Hilal are not going to loan out Mitrovic. That definitely isn't happening. Definitely isn't happening. But yeah, look, we've got a busy 9 days. You know, we've got a busy end of the week coming up as well, guys. You know, we've got obviously Servette tomorrow, Wolves away on Sunday. That's going to be a tricky game as well. So yeah, you know, it's all to play for, people. It's all to play for, both on the pitch and off the pitch, in the remainder of the window. But yeah, guys, I am going to round this one out here. We have pretty much covered everything in today's show. So please, guys, on the way out, keep smashing that like button on your way out. Please keep subscribing to the channel if you're new around here as well. We're edging closer now to 12,000, but 11.3K is the next port of call. So please make sure you're subscribing if you're new around here. We're about 40 subscribers away now from that mark. So every new subscriber would greatly help in that regard. So please do smash that subscribe button on the way out. Please run up the likes as well on your way out. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you are locked in tomorrow. I'll be back 4 p.m. going through any Chelsea news and a little preview for the Servette game before I head to the ground. Maybe back later on, depending if there's any major news, but unlikely. So guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good evening. Thank you so much for your support as always. It's greatly appreciated, people. Up the Chelsea. Catch you lot tomorrow. Peace out and love.